Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson House Buyers. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that have helped me build up a sizable warrant portfolio in about 2 years. Today I want to talk about my first, I'm missing one, but my first 5 deals. I have the financials and got some feedback from a friend who said, hey, here's a video with a guy, young guy who's posting about his properties. I think it'd be good for you to show your community your properties. So this would be a very long video if we went through every single deal. So I'm going to do my first 5 minus 1 because I don't have all the financials on my first one because it was an owner finance deal and they paid off, so I don't track it as like I do my other ones right now. So I'm going to give you basically 5 out of my first 6, and then if you guys like it and you want me to do another one, then I will come back and I'll do another one of these. So let's get into it. First one I bought, so it was North Vineyard. You guys see that hopefully. Second one was Walker. Third one was 97, so we'll say 97 light. And then Autumn Hills and Cypress Harbor. So Autumn and Cypress Harbor. Okay, so I hope you guys can see all that. That looks all right. Big thing. Let's see here. Let's see the monthly income. So let's just do rent. Or I guess we could even back up and go purchase price. So PP is going to be purchase price. So I bought this at 180. It was like 85,000. Walker was 120. Lancaster was 120. Autumn Hills was 85. Cypress Harbor was also 85. So this was a package deal as well as this. This was my first, it was my primary residence actually. So purchase price, repairs, I think we just did, I did minimal work. It might have been 5,000 maybe. Walker, nothing. Lancaster, very little. Autumn Hills, I think this was about, we were looking at about 15,000. And Cypress Harbor the same, it was about 15,000. Kicker with Walker is I got a 20%, or I got a $23,000 kickback. So I don't even know if you could read that, but I got a little kickback at 23,000. So I can explain at another time if you guys want to know how I did that. I got a kickback from the owner. So actually it was a $27,000. Repairs. Let's see what this bad boy, so then it rents. So this one is actually an owner finance, and I'll just say, I'm gonna put a null here, and then I'll talk about the profits, because it's the owner finance, it's the difference between the, what your note is and what your note is to the bank and what they're paying you. So I don't want to confuse people with that. Walker rents at $1,200. Lancaster rents at $1,200. Autumn Hill, I think that's $1,395. Yep. And Cypress Harbor, $1,395. And Cypress Harbor is also an owner finance, so it doesn't rent. I think you guys can see that pretty well. We're running out of space. So without getting into the taxes, insurance, and everything on each property, what I'll do is I'll just put in the profits here. So the profits from Vineyard a month are about 960. The profits from Walker a month are about 100. The profits from 97 are 130. Autumn Hills is 220. And Cypress Harbor is 550. Okay, can you guys see that? That looks good, huh? Okay, so what are we looking at here? I bought these properties a while ago. Most of these were in 2016 or 2015. Some of these were in 2016. Did minimal repairs. You look, we're all in at about 100,000 on most of these. This one's going to be a little bit more, but I got great financing terms on it because it was my primary residence. Rents, $1,200–1,300 for these. These two again are owner finance. So $550 on this owner finance deal is the difference between my mortgage with the mortgage company, the bank, and then what I lent the money out, basically between the mortgage between the buyer and me. So if my mortgage to the bank is $1,000 in this situation, I'm loaning the money out to somebody else at $1,550. So the difference between $1,550 and $1,000 is $550. That's what I keep. Same thing up here. You might ask yourself, wow, some of these are pretty low, you know? I mean, 220 is not bad, but 130, 100, 130 is not high. It's not that high. I take everything, so I got $125 a month property management fee, and I take out $200 a month for my CapEx and vacancy. So these final numbers are all minus the profits are minus. It's $1,200 minus principal, interest, taxes, insurance, minus $125 a month for property management, minus $200 a month in capital expenditure and vacancy. It's typically a little bit lower than this. I mean, CapEx is, but I add a little bit in there just for vacancy. I just make a nice round number, $200 a month. If it makes it close when you're analyzing deals, if this is too close, just get rid of it. Trust me, it will cause more headache than it's worth. I don't know what else you guys would like to see on these. This can be kind of phase one of looking at some properties. And if you guys want to dig into more details on how I found these and certain things, we can get into that. These are the real high level numbers of what these properties make. And like I said, every single property we buy, 125 property management, my property management company, $200 a month in CapEx. Okay? Even these owner finance deals are still minus the property management. They don't have the CapEx fee because we don't do any capital expenditure. And I mean capital expenditures by repairs, capital improvements. And that's just a fancy way of saying like roof, AC units, things that have to keep up with the property. That's it, guys. If you guys think of something else, or like I said, want to get into some more granularity and some more details, let me know and I'll dig into this and go on further about how I analyze these, the percentages. One thing, actually, I'll mention since I have it right here. I'll do this real quick. The return on equity is a big thing I look at, and return on investment. So return on equity is the equity that I have in the property. So if you have a $100,000 property and you have $80,000 in loans, and that's just neglect closing costs for a minute. I always take out realtor fees and closing costs, but let's neglect that. $80,000 in loans, $100,000 property, it's $20,000 in equity. So if you're making $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year. Let's say you have $12,000 in equity, that's 10%. So if I look at these, the equity, I'll just do ROE and ROI for you real quick. Autumn Hills is 12% ROE, and the ROI is 21%. Cypress Harbor is 13 and 15. Lancaster is 19 and 15. And Vineyard is 20 and 15. Look how lazy I am, not even getting out of my chair anymore. And what's the last one? Walker is 22 and 15. And you guys might be saying, wow, that's weird that you have an ROI of 15, a lot return on investment. The reason that is because on a lot of these, I got kickbacks. Like I said, on these, I got a big kickback on these. Sorry about that, guys. Got a big kickback on these. And these two, I didn't have any money in the deal after I owner financed these. I got the money back, so I didn't have any money in the deal. And when I don't have any money in the deal, the return is infinity. So instead of messing up my numbers, I always just use 15%. Let's see, did that. You see? So all these 15s, I always just use, if I didn't have any of the, if I didn't have to put any money in, I just use 15%, because otherwise, when you're doing averages and stuff, it throws off all your numbers. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. Let me know what else you guys like to see. We can go through these, and like I said, I can dig in more if we need to on stuff that would help you guys out. So thanks. See you guys next week.